So in today's shoe comparison, we've got the brand new Brooks Glycerin 21 up against the old model, the Brooks Glycerin 20. So both premium daily trainers. Which one's going to be right for you? And now's a great time, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a like if you find some value in it as well. So straight into the quick spec. So we've got the 20. So this one, recommended retail price in Australia was $270 last year, $160 this year. In the weight, we had 286 grams and 10.1 ounces. Stack height wise, 26 in the rear, 16 in the front, and it gave us a 10mm drop. Now, changes in the brand new model. So recommended retail price has gone up in Australia by $10, not so in the US. So still 160 in the US. Weight wise, 278 grams and 9.8 ounces. So that's pretty much the same, just a couple of grams here and there. Stack height, we've had a 2mm increase in the stack height, 28 in the rear, 18 in the front, giving us a 10mm drop. So the big differences there in those specs is certainly the price jump here in Australia by $10. And also you're going to be able to get the 20 at a fairly discounted price at the moment as well, so you need to keep that in mind. Also the 2mm increase in the stack height is certainly noticeable in the new model. So in the uppers here, I can't really compare these two shoes because this is the Stealth Fit model of the upper, and that's the only difference in these shoes. But the original version and the original version of the 20 have only got some slight differences in the upper. So it is very similar material. It's got a different name, but breathability, build quality is about the same. The differences that you're going to find in the 21 or the updates. So they've got like an Evo warp knit is what they're calling their material. So it is nice and flexible. It's a warm shoe, but the other 20 was a warm shoe as well. The toe box is a little bit wider due to the platform widening. The volume, there is a little bit more volume in the toe box of the 21, and there is slightly more padding around the heel collar. Apart from that, the shoe is very, very similar to the previous model. And stepping comfort, obviously excellent. Fit, true to size. Right, so in our midsoles here, they're both using the exact same foam. So DNA Loft V3. However, I mentioned before, we've got a 2mm stack increase in the new model, the 21. So you wouldn't think 2mm is much. However, they feel very different underfoot. With the 21 feeling a fair bit softer than this model. They've also widened the platform, or it's also a fatter shoe, as you can see there. So there's a lot more foam, sort of. It's a fatter midsole, and you can definitely feel that extra cush in the ride. Geometry wise, so definitely have got a more pronounced rocker in the 21. You can actually feel it as you go through your foot strike, and the 20 is more like a traditional ride, or that traditional running shoe that you would have been used to. And other changes, what they've done in the midsole is certainly how they've shaped the midsole, so how they've shaped this foam. So you'll notice there in the 20 that it actually goes in right under the heel a fair bit more, and in the 21 they've sort of straightened that out. So you're getting a lot more foam in the 21 as what you're getting in the 20. Also just the shape of how the actual midsole is carved. So it's really nice and fat and bulky in this new 21, and in the 20 it sort of goes in, it tapers in a little bit, and then it flares out, and that certainly has an effect on the ride. And the rides are certainly very different. So this one feels certainly softer. It feels like it's got more bounce, more life, and it's just more fun. It's actually just easier to run in this shoe, where this one, traditional, a little bit boring. It was a little bit slappy at the start until you learn how to run in this shoe again after you run in rocket shoes. But not many bells and whistles about this one, but it's certainly a firmer feeling than the 21. Stability wise, they feel about the same, so they're both pretty stable shoes. And this foam is certainly very, very resilient, and it sort of holds up, so it's a very consistent ride in both. So in our outsoles, we've got two pretty similar looking outsoles. However, the tweaks they've done on the 21 have definitely affected the ride. So, and if you'll notice on the 20 here, with their rubber, they've got it in longer pieces, so really big pieces, and that certainly affects the ride, so it affects the stability of the shoe and can take a little bit of squish out of the shoe. Well, you'll notice about the 21, they've actually just got segments. So same sort of pattern, same sort of rubber, but it's not joined to the other part of the shoe. So it's going to let that foam like squish out and sort of go in its own direction and sort of spread out a little bit. So I really love what they've done there, the differences in the outsole. So I certainly think that this outsole has got an effect on the ride. But grip wise, durability wise, they are pretty much the exact same. Right, so best use for both shoes is certainly exactly what they're made for. So both daily trainers, they're both meant for logging those daily miles. However, the new model, slightly more versatile. So with this rocker, that extra stack height, definitely more suited to the longer run, or it's going to complement a long run far better than this shoe. It's also got a little bit more bounce and feels like a little zippier, so you're also going to be inclined to want to pick up the pace a little bit more in this shoe, or it's gonna feel better than certainly this shoe if you want to do some tempo stuff. Probably wouldn't race in either, however they're probably a safe shoe if you are a beginner runner and you just want a shoe just to finish your race, finish your marathon or your half marathon. One of these shoes will be pretty good for that as well. Right, so overall these shoes share lots and lots of similarities. However, the differences, and especially the upgrades in the 21, for me make the 21 a worthy upgrade. So it's a more friendly runner shoe. So this one is a lot more fun to run in, and it just complements running a little more. However, if you're looking at these shoes and you're just not really a serious runner, and you're going to walk around in your shoe and stuff all day, then the 20 is still going to be fine for that. So yeah, you can save your money and just get the 20. However, definitely the more runner friendly shoe is the 21, and it's got some great upgrades. And if I was using this as my primary running shoe or my daily trainer, I'd be definitely getting this one over the new 20, that's for sure. And that's pretty much it for me. So a quick one today. So I just did want to go through what the main changes were on the 20 and the 21. So what are you going to do? Are you going to save some bucks and just stick to the 20? Or are you going to cough out the extra up to $100 here in Australia and get the brand new model? Let us know what you would do. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and we'll see you next time.